What's going on, people? Welcome back to the Nerd Crate. In today's Sunday review, I review alone for you from my friend Mathias, aka Crazy Dead Devil. I bring you Optimus Prime from Bumblebee, Travis Knight's Bumblebee, that is, and it's a beautiful figure. A few annoying things on there, we'll get to that, but otherwise this is strong contender for Figure of the Year. Strong contender for Figure of the Year. Before you think, this is not Toy World, if you fans tune in. This is not Toy World. This guy doesn't transform. Alright? So packaging, him, accessories, everything out in the back. And as always, we're gonna start with the box. We got, I don't know, it's a weird front design to me. I don't like it fully, but it's coherent with the rest of the boxes. We got a little bit of concrete design at the back, Optimus Prime in red on the front, same with him. A little bit of, I don't know, over-saturated, over-contrasted picture with a blue lens flare. I don't know, it's weird. Transformers Bumblebee Deluxe Authentic ThreeZero. Down below on the side, Autobot insignia, Optimus Prime on the top here. All that concrete in the back, nothing on the bio here, just the logo, some licensing things, and Autobots on the other side. Bumblebee Deluxe Game Collectible be on the top, and warning, choking hazard below, and it's a magnet lid. Sorry, wrong side. Here you see the box then, or the clamshell with Prime in it, and a little bit more of that. Like I said, I think it's weird, could have been better, but premium box nonetheless. Then he comes with several accessories as the first instructions. Nice picture of the figure with all the info on the inside that you need. The full contents of the figure, then what you can do with the waist and hip flaps and the ab crunch and the stand and everything you need in there in beautiful color with some kind of crashing symbols in case of don't do this or that, or it might do this here, and on the back a little bit of Chinese and the back view, so everything you might need. Then you pretty much get a buttload of hands. You get a pair of trigger hands, then you get a pair of posing hands, a pair of relaxed hands, and a roll out hand, if you want to say it like that. Comes equipped with 2 fists, so overall, like I said, a buttload of hands. Let's take this for example. It's done beautifully. We have blue base coat with a lot of silver dry brush, and all the little joints and nooks and crannies of the fingers are actually sculpted, giving you an insane amount of detail. It's nothing posable, there are no articulated fingers, but it's a soft rubber, so it works fine in that regard, and it's just on the ball pack, so you pull one off and you put the other one on. Be mindful though, those tolerances are super stiff, and I had a hard time putting some on for the preview pics, but it worked overall. Just be mindful, give it some time, wiggle it in there, and you should be good. Next up, we got his signature gun in kind of a new design. All plastic, hollow, nothing to be folded out, nor a light up feature. You can exchange or put out this magazine. You see the bullet in there, put it back in there. That is cool for a play feature, so you can really have him, additional cat hair included, reloading the gun. This is nice, hollow on the front. Sometimes companies sculpt it closed. I believe it is a gray base plastic or anthracite / gunmetal, and then it has this silver dry brush all over it. Looks beautiful, and with the hand you might just think it already without being articulated. You have to cram it around the handle. It's a stiff fit, it's a very stiff fit, but if you hold the hand, it's not going anywhere, it's tight around the trigger, so that is nicely done. Like I said, mind this tolerance and also mind the tolerance on the ball pack. And finally, we got the stand that comes in 2 components. We first got the stand itself, that's sculpted nicely, but same as with Bumblebee and Blitzwing. It's not painted. Only this logo on here with the tempo, but none of the vents here or here, the Cybertronian detail here, nothing is painted. I think that's super half-assed when you think about the paint details you will see next with Prime. Some color in there wouldn't have hurt. If this would be mine, honestly, I would use my Umbro Mascal, put it around here, put some silver or gunmetal in here, dry brush the whole thing, maybe, you know, I don't know, kind of try and mask this and have this plain. This would work. So you have this on the front, black, kind of highlighted, and the rest in details. I don't know, this though, weird. Same with this. This is a little plainer, so I can forgive that. And assembly, as simple as it gets. You have these hooks in here and additional cat hair. Currently, my God, this cat is herring. You put this in here and you put this in here and it clamps into space, into place. Go below here and put something not too sharp, but you know, something with an edge in here and you can put it out. That's not the problem. And then you can articulate it here like this. Nice how the piston works. If you want it in place, you jam this down and then it's jammed into place, put it up, and you can put it at another angle. You always have to really find the teeth and then it works. Same goes for the arm. You pull this lever and then you can bring it down, or you just pull and it ratchets into place. That's nice. Nothing on this guy, you have to pull it out and then you have these teeth and you bring it into position how you want it. And you attach it to Prime by, this is weird, pulling this piece out of his ass. Sorry, I had to tell you this way. And then you just plug it in the back here, and then you can just bring it out, have this in here, bring it in on another position. And as you see, it's pretty sturdy. Just adjust the angle a little bit and then it's super sturdy. This is a very, very sturdy flight stand. So besides a little less color, stability, high recommend. Not an accessory, but a feature, and I want you to see it. You see, Prime's eyes are a little dull, right? Instructions show us this has a light up feature. So pulling the head off works best, and then you crank your finger below here, you pull the head apart, and then you have this little LED unit. This is a little fiddly, and I got a little bit of shaky hands syndrome today. And of course has down. But you got this little LED unit, and this guy takes 2 additional cat hairs. No, LR44/AG13 batteries, and I just wanted to fill them in here, not talking the whole time. And then when you put those in there, you slide this little unit back in here as straight as it gets, and then you put the head on. Best to plug the back in and then the front, and then you give it a little bit of a tug. Sometimes you need to put the front in first. It's not the best fit, so I had to fiddle around quite a bit. It's not the best fit, honestly. You have to put it on there the best that you can, and usually you have to press this, kill the lights real quick, and then you have this light up function, which looks way lighter on here than in hand, but it's a nice looking light, but quite honestly, it's not worth the hassle. It's not worth the hassle. That little LED unit doesn't work well if you put this completely down here. Then it works, but it won't quite hold. And if you put it in wrong, this guy gets jammed. It's not the best. I'm not subtracting anything on the engineering on this though, because quite honestly, if this would have been mine, I wouldn't have standing it with that in, and Mathias already said he's not putting that in there. So if you got the batteries and you want to do it, you can. Otherwise, just leave it empty and put the top back on. There's a clear fitting issue. Once it's on, you have a hard time getting it up, but just plug them back into place. It's just a ball mount, and then you're good. Jesus, that light up feature was not worth the hassle. I am sweating. Let's finally get in on the big guy, Optimus Prime himself. A lot of additional cat hair. I'm absolutely sorry. Little detail, this catches fingerprints easy, so maybe have a wipe around somewhere. But this guy looks absolutely beautiful. Killer. Just plain killer on the design department, what they did. It's just, we have so much details and paint on there. Like, let's go down from the start, from the head, you know. We have beautiful silver paint on the visor with a lot of details. The crown too. Blue all around. Every nook and cranny is painted here. Getting a little bit more light in here. And there's so much you can see, like little holes here, little spaces here, a lot of sculpted detail on the neck here. We have red color on the front of the truck details with dry brushing on the edges, all the wipers. More details on the abdomen here with a lot of Cybertronian-like mech details. It's beautiful. It's absolutely mind-boggling. They continue on the arms. Be mindful, the YOLO Park will have all of this moving if you haven't seen that. So crazy, absolutely crazy. More details on the inside. Everything is sculpted and painted with dry brush and a little bit of dirt, gunmetal. It's just everywhere. The arm, I could do this all day. I could do this all day. I mean, check this guy out. All around, it's all coming down to a lot of dirt, silver, dry brush, gunmetal, red with dirt, blue with dirt, dry brush it. It all goes down. Check this out. Even the tires, you know, the tires don't roll or anything, but it's rubber. It's actually rubber. Dirt on the rims, dirt on the tires. Below in here, more details. On the inside, gold detail here for some, I don't know, some pressure container or something. Below in here too. It's mind-boggling. It's absolutely mind-boggling how these guys made this dude. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. I cannot get enough of this guy. Also, that is a nice detail. G1 Autobot symbol, not Bayverse. G1, very important. Dirt on the white stripe, dirt on the smokestacks here. Like I said, I could do this all day. Like, take this in. You know? And also, you already had the upper there. Below. I could talk all day about this, and this is part of the articulation, but of course, this whole spine is sculpted. It all vanishes in here, but still, there is no gap in the spine. Intense. Let's go to articulation. I put this on top so you see also the detail on the neck. We have the ball joint on the head. Gets you left, right, up, down. A little limited, but then you have this whole piece on the neck that gives you more. So you have a double ball essentially from the main body into the neck and from the neck into the head. Gives you everything you need. Then we have the shoulders. We have this guy, this covers down, and this essentially also covers down. So you have all of this, gives you this far out, and when you bring it down, you can also move the arm 360. No worries there. You can pull out this part, and then you have a butterfly that looks like here in the back, nicely sculpted with a kind of a piston in there. Little hollow here, but otherwise it's covered down. If you then move the arm up, this is where the instruction, this can happen. This is the part that I said it's a little annoying, but it works. You bring this up, you bring this out, and then you can pull all of this up, and this is what the instructions say. Be mindful of this. This covers down and helps, but you need to be mindful how you move it. Otherwise you can damage the paint. But you can get this guy all the way out. Bicep swivel on the cut here, no worries though. We have a double jointed elbow that almost gets you the full run is sculpted beautifully all around and collapses all the way down. Beautiful. Nothing on here moves, but we got the hand here on an additional tilting piece with a ball mount. It's a little annoying when you try to exchange the hands due to that mount actually moving, but this way you can have also some extra movement on the hands, and due to the ball peen, of course, the swivel. We have a double waist swivel with one on the top here, giving you some leverage, and then also, of course, the extreme ab crunch that gets you all of this in combination with this, and then also the main waist swivel, so you can have him look all the way to the right and all the way to the left, his or your right, whichever way you want to see. We have waist flaps to the sides and to the front, and these are even on a little armature. Try to get some, yeah, there you should see it. Looks good. Double ball packs, one on the mount, one on the hip flap, so you can have it all the way out and also on the back. We have these guys. These are only on single, yeah, these are only on single ball mounts, but it gets you all the way out. And then you have on the legs, front split, and to the side, full side split. Crazy. Universals on the thighs, giving you thigh rotation here. Nothing on the knee, but the knee is a work of art. You got one joint here until here, then this one starts, and then this one starts. So if you collapse it back, you see 1, 2, 3 pieces, and it all covers down perfectly and gives you this beautiful looking knee in any position. Even 4, I just have to see 1 goes until here, 3 goes until here, 3 pieces. Beautiful. Nothing on the wheels for the movement though, but it's not bad. And on the feet, finally, we have a rocker that covers down beautifully. All of this, sometimes it's floating pieces like this also, just amazing. And we have a foot pivot up, foot pivot down, not the most, but it works for most things. And a toe tilt also. This guy's jam-packed with articulation. Really is jam-packed with articulation. You will see that on a little articulation example in a few seconds. For some quick facts, he is of course a heavy boy going down to 907 grams, and for size, he is to the top of the smokestacks, bang on 12 inches, 30 centimeters. So for posing examples, I just equipped him real quick with 2 hands so you see what you can do. As a first, can you do a running pose? Yes. You can just activate any joint that you want. I always like when you do such running pose, 2 of a kind. 1, you take this and then you essentially do it like this, to the side, head to the front, have the arm going in, bring the hip skirts out to get you the most space, like this, bring the body more to the side, extend the knee a little bit, bring this guy out, this guy on top, and then activate the feet articulation, like the ankle rocker and the tilt, and then you got this running pose. Easy, simple, works excellent, just as this leg is currently supposed to be going forward. Just amazing. Second pose I like to do on these guys is where I always like to activate the butterfly joint, meaning you bring the butterfly forward, you activate the bicep swivel, activate the wrist pivot or wrist articulation, whatever you want to call it, and then you bring the gun forward. And then you can either activate this one or the other one. We take this leg now because I just took the other, and then you activate the feet and toe articulation again. Bring this guy forward, bring this forward, and then you have him holstering his gun into battle. It's so easy and looks so realistic on these guys. It's so much fun and it looks beautiful. It's just, insane. And also, you know, a little bit of heroic stuff. You can vary this pose very easily into the iconic one with this gun forward and this leg forward and this leg forward, and then you bring in the stand real quick, and then you have his iconic "you got the touch" pose. Sometimes I can forget a few of the flaps, so you bring those in position. I believe it could even fit in the D12, maybe, but that's how you can articulate the guy. So the only thing missing before we get to final thoughts, and we're taking it from the top. MP1 Optimus Prime, 2.0 MP10 Optimus Prime, and my choice for 3.0 Optimus Prime Transform Element OP Leader Custom. I think that should give you a fair idea how this guy scales. Almost as tall as MP1, just a little bit shorter, but you see there's a clear direction in which Travis Knight went with this guy. A realistic Generation 1 Optimus Prime. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Everything else I would say in the final thoughts. Right, guys? So there he was, Prime himself. Is he good? Damn right he is. There are a few nitpicks down the line, which you saw if you watched the whole review, that is. The packaging I find a little weird. It's premium overall, you know, it's a sturdy box, but on this price tag I would have thought that maybe this is embossed or maybe partially varnished or something. Maybe some structure, you know, to that concrete and everything. Maybe also the Autobot signal or this here a little bit embossed. On the inside though, with this looks fine. Got a little bit of the problem with this graphic and the blue in the background. I don't know, this is a weird art direction, but overall it's premium. The appearance though, to me it then gets down a point. If you only look at this guy, 10 out of 10. But this, with this weird graphic, I don't know. I think Bumblebee and Blitzwing was better in that regard. But overall the appearance is just amazing. Accessories, nothing that doesn't make any sense, right? I gave it a 7 because I think on this amount of sculpting, great materials, color, detailing, I think that flight stand is just half-assed. You know, I mean, only plastic with some blue logo on it. Nothing sculpted or anything. I mean, look at Geiger Power. Those are beautiful stands. Materials, paint applications, articulation, engineering, playability, there's nothing that I can tell you. On the playability, I could give it 1 point down because these guys tend to pop off. But on the other hand, if they pop off once, you just put them to the side, finish the pose and pack them back in. That way it's no problem. So there is nothing that really subtracts from the playability. It's just amazing. And it's also not only the playability to put them in a pose, it's also the playability that you try to do a pose, and while there you see some other piece unfolding, maybe in the knee that covers down, or in the elbow, or with the spine, what I showed you. You know, there's so much for the, to the eye. A lot of playability only through the visuals, you know. Final point is then, of course, the price. This is where it falls apart just a tad, only a tad. When we think that this guy would have been done by Hot Toys, you could have added $100 easily. On TF Robots, I don't know if there's a second batch coming. I don't know where Mathias got them from, but I checked TF Robots and the pre-order, I believe, says $240 or $250. Like I said, Hot Toys would have added another 100 on this. So 12-inch figure of this guy with those details for 250 or 240, somewhere in that ballpark, I think is still good. Of course, you need to want to spend that money. That is, you know, if you say, I'm mainline, I like looking at these guys, but it's just too much for me and I don't need that detailism, or I don't know, Chuck is enough for me, this guy isn't for you. But you know what's going down? There's always one opinion missing. With her, everything stands or falls.
Lily Cat, what do you think of that dude? Good? Looks weird?
And I got a theory now. I got the theory that she likes more plain and simpler designs. This is maybe a little bit too clunky because she was all like skeptical, you know? Maybe I'm thinking too much in it. It's a cat. Not that cats are stupid or acting under pure instinct, but I like to think that way. So with this, I hope you enjoyed today's review. Maybe you feel a little bit of a difference. I tried to put it crisp, only the topic there, little less shenanigans, what this is all about. So I see you on Tuesday. I hope at least that I see you on Tuesday. I'm going back to the chalkboard. I'm doing my little basics on Tim's 101 for Fans Hobby this time. So the first unofficial company put together a little bit of something, and I hope you find it pleasing. And until then, or the next review, whenever you tune in, I hope you have a great week. I hope you have a great weekend. You stay safe, be good, be well. Bye-bye.